Hi, everyone. It's Vanessa. It's June 15th, and I'm sharing this video, well, to share it with those of you on a trance journey because I thought it might be helpful. I learned a really big lesson in trance last week. It was a crash and burn lesson, um, also a healing lesson. And it's not always easy going down this journey, but so what happened was I went to a conference in Orlando called Touching Eternity. It was wonderful. It was put on by Sid Patrick when Scott Milligan was there, Dominic Bogue, and Josephine McKenzie. It was wonderful to be there with those people, about 30-ish people, 32-ish people. And at the end of the conference, we had the ability to volunteer and to sign up for student demonstrations. So I wasn't sure about it at first, but I went to my team Spirit and I said, is this something, there's something you'd like for me to say? Should I sign up? And so I did feel very strongly a push to do that. So I did the morning of, but I felt very calm and confident. And uh, what happened is someone I knew came up to me right before and said, I'm going to give you power to do this. You can do it. I'm going to give you power to do this. And when I first heard it, it did kind of take me aback because I wasn't sure um, why someone would say that. But I took nothing of it. And then they came up again and kind of said the same thing to me. And well, I took that. I didn't realize at the time it was planting seeds of doubt because when someone says they need to give you their power, that means you don't have enough power. So I went to go dem in front of, this, I think it was probably around more like 40 people. And I went in and I started to feel Charles and he started to come through. But when I spoke, something wasn't right. There was a resonance and I pulled out because I never want to speak if I don't feel that flow. And Scott Milligan was so kind. He came, stood right next to me, started calming me down, talking to me. And I could feel my teams around me, but they didn't want to speak. um, at that point, I was feeling a huge, huge ton of emotion, all this love coming at me from my teams, but the room, I could literally viscerally feel it in my body. And I just started sobbing, sobbing. From a human perspective, it's a dreadful thing to go through in front of that many people. But there were lessons. Scott was so kind. He stood in front of me. He held up his shawl. He said, "You know what? Let's go outside." And he was so gentle. And so he went outside. He spoke to me. But afterwards, I was so shaken. I went back to my room and I sat with my teams and I said, What was that? Why would you give me all of that? Like just peace about it and then have that happen. And they shared with me the lessons, both on the human side and the spiritual side. So I wanted to share them with you. On the human side, what had happened is I had given away my power. I had allowed those words to plant seeds of doubt within me. And when I realized that, I thought, we're in the line of spirit. This work is for spirit. We're here to be a bridge from the spirit world to our world and to open up our hearts. And if anyone ever comes up to you and says, I'm going to give you my power, you should really step back and think about that. Because this is not a power exchange. This is about you coming with your heart, with your intentions to spirit, and being an instrument for them in our world. So that was lesson number 1. Don't give away your power. Lesson number 2 is always trust spirit, because in that moment of utter difficulty, they were pouring this love to me. And what they were telling me afterwards is, I have a really hard time receiving love. I do. Easy to give, hard to receive. And here I was receiving a room full of love coming at me. And then afterwards, I had people come up to me and thank me. And I was like, thank me for basically losing 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 it in front of the class. And they said, because as I was watching you, I was able to understand that that's some of the things I feel, and I was able to relate and understand that this is something I should push through. And other people came up to thank me. So on a spiritual level, there was lessons for me to receive, and there was lessons to help others. But all in all, it was a fantastic conference. It did shake me, though, quite a bit to have this experience. But I got to tell you, I won't be giving away my power anytime soon. And it's real easy to do in this space because we're all learning. And when we perceive someone knows more than us, we just assume, they just know more than us. But the reality is I feel it's an even playing field when we step before spirit. Um, because there is no right or wrong. There's a flow within spirit that we walk in. So I just encourage you, if you're struggling with trance, um, ask yourself, have I given my power away? Have I allowed doubt seeds to come inside of me? Because your biggest support and power is spirit. And so go back to them. They'll always be there for you and help you. But that was it. I just wanted to share that experience with you, and hope you have a wonderful day. Bye.